Hello, welcome back to this channel. Today's gonna be a very fun video piece. Today's gonna be another informational and garden tour. Now, I'm so excited for today's video piece. So much has happened today. Now, especially with us watering and filling up these buckets right now, there's a lot of plants not really looking the best because plants typically don't look the best after they've just gotten a ton of water to the root structure, I guess. But there's gonna be a lot of things I really want to talk about. There's a lot of progress, growth, and a lot of germination starting to happen, and I've actually changed up some stuff here and there. There's also some colder weather supposed to be predicted very soon. I think like 2 degrees below like 32, so I'm a little bit nervous because that is freezing temperatures. So I'm gonna try to figure out a plan for outside because there are a few plants that have gone outside. So I'm gonna have to figure that out, see if I could just test my luck and see if they could survive. But for now, before we do go and start today's video, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you're not beside video, and please like this video. Now, to all of you guys asking about Go Forth Produce, I will not be talking about that in today's video, and I'll be talking about that in the upcoming video because pretty much all the information I had, I pretty much said yesterday in that video. If you guys do want to check that video out, I'd really love it if you would. But other than that, the only thing I'm really going to be talking to you guys about is some stuff I just bought for growing stuff during the summer. And yeah, let's go ahead and start this informational plant tour with the aquaponics first. Now, this system has done so well a few times. Now, at the very beginning, it did okay. I did learn a lot of stuff from big oopses with the aquaponics setup. Then, a lot of the plants didn't do that good. Then they all kind of boosted back up and started thriving again. Then I made a giant mistake. So, this is basically the first batch of plants that have gone in since I added the other half. So at the beginning of this year, it used to be aquaponics this half and hydroponics over there. I decided aquaponics was the way I wanted to go, and I really wanted to work with aquaponics a lot more and kind of skip out on hydroponics for now. Maybe learn without, maybe later on, but for now, I really do love aquaponics. But kind of what I'm saying is I kind of made an oops, a big one, a really big oops, by adding way too much oxygen into the water, making the oxygen level way too high for the plants to really thrive. At that point, when you do add that much oxygen, this isn't really the best term and best example to use, but it almost blinds the root structure to the point where the roots and the plant itself cannot find that nutrients it needs to survive. So we just have all these plants starting to die, starting to look horrible. Some starting to grow here and there, but other than that, the plants were not doing that good, and that's where we're at still. So, actually, in the germination room, I am germinating a ton of new stuff, trying to get it ready to go back into the structure, the system, and really start to thrive once more. So I'm very excited about that. The buckets are a little bit more full, and I'm going to be slowly filling them up as the video goes by. If you guys kind of notice, I'm kind of pausing at random times. That's why, because it's about to overflow. But the system's doing okay now. Some plants are starting to recover, but most, I'd say one plant out of all of them are starting to recover well. Basil and cilantro, okay, it's in the middle, but parsley is pretty much the only thing well recovering. So lettuce-wise, nothing. I was gonna say nope, but nothing at all is nothing at all is growing very well, and just stuff isn't doing that great. So a little bit nervous in that area, but other than that, very excited to really start working with that. And yeah, if you guys were wondering why I was kind of filming randomly, I just changed the hosing a little bit right there. So yeah, but other than that, I do think this system's doing pretty good. I am really hoping to double this system, hopefully. So yeah, you know what, I'm going to talk a little bit about Go Forth Produce, to be honest, because it's not going to be a normal informational plant tour if I don't mention Go Forth Produce. If you guys are new to the channel, Go Forth Produce is my dream business. I really want to start after high school and all sorts of stuff like that. So I've really been working on blueprints lately and kind of just designs and just doing a lot of math, trying to figure out how big I can get the setup to be without, well, to the point where the setup can still be big, but it can be manageable to really walk in between. So I did a ton of math the other day ago to see if I could fit a lot of shelves in. So what's funny is if I took everything out of the room except my equipment, I would be able to fit 5 shelves, 4 of these and that system, and have a ton of room in the middle. Well, actually, forget that part. I'm not gonna have more room. That spot right there, that kind of cramped spot, that's how much room will be in between each shelf. So then I ended up kind of changing some stuff up, and to be honest, I thought I'm gonna be moving some of these shelves away from the wall. So like the end shelves, that shelf will probably be a few inches away from the wall instead of touching the wall. Same with this aquaponics setup. This aquaponics setup will probably be about 10 to 15 inches away from the windows, just so airflow can still get through it, and when I do harvest, I can harvest from both sides. So with that, I should have about 30 inches between each one, meaning I will have a lot more. I'm hoping I could do 4 shelves, and to be honest, I was doing the math, and I think I could fit a lot of shelves. I think I could fit 4 right there, and I could fit 5 right here, and I think I could fit about 5 right here. I will probably minimize 5. I'll probably just do probably 13. I'm hoping probably 8 or 9 can be only for strawberries, meaning I could probably be able to produce about 1,600 strawberries a week, which is absolutely amazing, meaning I will have to kind of change some stuff up, get a refrigerator and a lot of other expensive equipment, and which is going to be expensive, but at the end of the day, yeah, so that's kind of the plan for now. But a lot of the plants are doing very, very well. Kind of what I was saying earlier in the intro, I have bought a lot of strawberries. I'm trying to find the perfect strawberry kind that I really want to work with, and the strawberry kind that I really want to, that I think could do the best in here. So I ended up going between a few of them, and I ended up, after kind of deciding in between 3, I ended up going with Seascape from Perk Seeds, and we'll see how those bare roots do when they do show up. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on those, but hopefully those strawberries will be able to produce all year. Hopefully they'll be able to produce pretty big and very, very tasty strawberries. So just kind of fingers crossed there. I'm really hoping I can start working with that and those this summer. And when I do build that setup, I can instantly start producing strawberries from those plants while I'm waiting on another shipment to fulfill the entire other half of the room, and let those try and start growing while I am starting to sell stuff. Because I was kind of talking to some people the other day ago saying, I think I'd much rather kind of just take up some room with the setup I already have and just grow these strawberries, where once the setup is ready and I can start selling stuff, I can instantly start selling strawberries instead of just relying on like lettuce and different types of herbs. So I think that's kind of where I'm at right now, but there's still a lot more planning to do, and I'm very, very excited to work with that. Aquaponics is doing pretty good. Fish are really, really doing well, and since I've cleaned the fish tank, I'm amazed with how clear it looks. It doesn't look that great on camera, but it looks very, very clear, much clearer than it's been in the past. Starting with the ecosystem is doing very, very well. The snail is doing very, very well. I've really noticed a lot of energy in that snail going all over the fish tank. It's probably done maybe 3 or 4 laps around the glass since I got in the room about 2 hours ago. All the goldfish, or all the guppies, are doing great. 2 of them are showing signs of being pregnant. I don't know for sure because I've never really worked with pregnant fish before, but I'm really, really hoping they are, because I really do want to work with just guppies a lot more instead of just trying to buy a lot more guppies, and just really, really learn a lot more about an ecosystem structure and just the balance of ecosystems and just how beautiful that is. Then, also the buckets are almost full too, so I'll be kind of pausing in a second to put away the watering system. But a lot of plants are doing very, very well over here. So I guess I'll kind of do this first shelf and then I'll kind of pause and do the rest. I have a lot of lettuce. I'm growing Tango, Grand Leaf, Ruby Red, Butter Crunch. The oregano just went out today, and then these 4 pots on the very side are basil, so I'm very, very excited about that. I've noticed the oregano pots, so 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, those are doing okay, but I've really noticed that they really haven't been growing that well. So I ended up putting a lot of seeds in that. I'd probably put about 75 in that, but really excited to really see if that will start going down. Looks like the pump is starting to run out of water, so yeah. Then, so I guess I'll go very quick right here, but these are the spring tomatoes. Those are the bigger tomatoes, the larger tomatoes I'm going to grow. Then I'm growing strawberry bare roots that I've had for about 2 weeks, and none of them have shown signs of growth. And then at the very end, at the very bottom down here, I have yellow, red, and green peppers. And I've really noticed, well, when I was trying to buy plants last night, I was really just questioning strawberries. If I wanted to just do seeds at that point, or if I just wanted to test my luck and get bare roots from a better place that had better reviews. Because lately I've gone probably about 50 bare roots from Lowe's, and none of them have grown. I'm growing them multiple different ways, growing them in different soils, giving them different water, giving them nutrients in some of them. I can't get any of them to start. So I think that is going to be on them, because I ended up growing the same exact kind last year and none of them grew, but I figured that was on me and where I was growing them. I was growing them outside. I think I bought about 25 and none of them germinated, so I was very mind blown and surprised about that. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead and do the watering system, and I'll see you guys in about 30 seconds once that's done. All right, now we're going to kind of speed run through this a little bit, because I really do want to get it outside before the sun does start going down and then the bugs start to go ahead and come out. So we have a lot of cherry tomatoes right here, just 4 trays of them. It looks like a lot of them are starting to do good. These also got watered today. Some of them do look a little bit yellowish, but at the end of the day, a lot of these are really going to start doing really good. And once they're ready, in about 2 weeks, I'd assume I'd say about a week at that point, because they are growing much faster than I thought they were going to grow. Now, the peppers will probably be a little bit longer than what I'm assuming will take, but I'm assuming that'll probably take about 2-3 weeks before they're ready to go outside. But the tomatoes are probably going to be ready within the next week and a half. I'm also growing 4 trays. Strawberries right there. These got watered for the first time in quite some time also recently, so I'm very excited about that. Going down, I ended up kind of cleaning up these strawberry plants right here. They do look a lot better. I was doing a lot of research about why the leaves were turning red, and it could be 2 things. First one, doesn't sound that great. It could be just some kind of thing wrong with the plant, meaning it has a disease, meaning the plant would most likely be dead by now. But I don't think it's that. I think it's going to be the plant went through a lot of stress, possibly. I don't really know for sure. Maybe it's just that variety in particular that just doesn't do well in this type of an environment, because so far all the seeds haven't really done that great, even with germination with the newest one I just did. Then parsley is brand new in here. It just came in this room about maybe 30 minutes ago. Then I have lavender that's starting to grow pretty well. Going over here, I have a lot of stuff growing right here also. This just went out yesterday and it's just looking a lot better. This is cilantro. Then I'm growing a lot of different types of flowers, and at this point I really don't think many are going to grow, so I might have to just pick up some of these flowers at like Lowe's or something. Cosmos, Aster, and Patience, 4 o'clock, High Press, and Snapdragon. Going down, this shelf is kind of like what I'm thinking of for growing plants. Now, the shelves I'm going to be getting are going to be a lot bigger. These ones are about 3 shelves. To be honest, I probably could have fit 4 on some of them, but the assortment, the pack I got only came with that amount of shelves. But kind of what I'm saying here is these shelves I'm going to get are kind of what I'm calling the 2.0 design. These will have 5 shelves. And then I'm also going to be doing a lot more shelving in here. So notice how I only have 5 shelves in here, and I still grow a lot. This setup is so awesome to imagine, because I'm imagining how big the setup is actually going to be, because I'm hoping to possibly fit about 14 shelves in this room. This is 5 shelves. And these shelves are a little bit wider. Now, from length, they are the same size, so that is awesome. But for height, they are about 6 feet and 3 inches. I think that's what it said. But that is awesome. Meaning, I will probably have to bring in probably maybe a step stool or something, kind of a temporary one where I can get up to the top strawberries. Plus, with the shelf being a little bit smaller with less space being in between each shelf, if each shelf was perfectly spaced out, that means plants should start to thrive a lot more in here. So kind of where I'm going with this is I'm really hoping to grow strawberries like this. I kind of did the math. If I had 9 shelves dedicated to strawberry growth, I'd be able to grow about 1,600 strawberries every week, meaning I would most likely have to get my hands on about 500 bare roots. And assuming that some of them won't grow, I will probably have to buy maybe 700 or 1,000. 1,000 seems too much though. I'll probably have to do 750 or something. But right now I just ordered about 50 bare roots. I'm going to grow those during the summer. And if they grow really, really well, or if some of them, I'd say if at least maybe 2/3 or a little more than half end up growing, I will most likely reorder from them because they were one of the cheapest to buy from, and I'm very, very happy with the deal I got. Then I'm growing bunching onions. These are starting to grow a little bit out of control, but I'm gonna let them keep growing and see just how they start growing. Then I have spring tomatoes. That's the second pot I was telling you guys about earlier. And then, also I meant to say this multiple times, but with the strawberry pot, I'm hoping to do possibly 3 plants, where there's like one right here, one exactly in the middle, and then maybe one right there. So if you guys think that would be the best, please comment that down. If you guys think it would just be more ideal if I had 2 strawberry plants right there, please comment that down, and I really love to hear what you guys think. Then I'm growing a ton of stuff right here. I'm growing lemongrass, bunching onions, spinach, almost forgot what that was for a second. I'm also growing basil, and I'm growing broccoli, and then back there, kind of this area right there, I'm growing asparagus. Turning around, there's a lot of growth over here that I'm very, very excited to talk about. You know what, let's just go big right now. I'm growing mustard, dill, tomatoes, sugar peas, rosemary, and then a ton of different types of lettuce, oak leaf, grand lettuce, or gourmet mixed lettuce, romaine, and black Simpson. So, kind of what I was saying about going big with this part is check out the tomatoes. This is the classic cherry tomatoes, and it is actually growing a tomato. So I'm very, very, very excited about that because I never really thought it would be growing a tomato in here. So very, very excited about that. Now that we are done with this tour so far, let's go ahead and go outside, and I will be skipping the germination room for now because, well, at this point there's nothing in there. So I'll see you guys when I get outside. All right, so I'm a little bit scared and nervous about tonight because tonight's supposed to get down to about 43, which is quite cold. But about a week from now, I think, yeah, so about a week from today, we should be going down to about 31 degrees at night. So I'm very, very nervous about that. So I might have to grab like a bucket or something, or like maybe like a tarp that I can put over these plants and kind of put like a heated mat on top to kind of keep the temperature a little bit hotter than outside. But that'll be temporarily going on. But these are my other strawberry plants. These are ever-bearing strawberries. These ones are very, very good. I do recommend these, but they're great for outside where it gets cold, where they go into hibernation half the year. But I really am looking for that perfect strawberry plant that can produce all year. Now, obviously, at some point, those strawberry plants will not produce as good as like the year before, but usually that happens about 5 years after. But the only thing I'm nervous about is when they do start to produce strawberries, they'll do very, very well. And then as they keep producing more and more, they will slowly start to get worse and worse. So I'm really hoping that's not the case, but whatever happens at the end of the day. So celery isn't looking that great. And then blueberries, those are actually doing very, very well. A lot of growth. I do feel like they're growing a lot better indoors, but that could also be a possibility that they've only been out here for about a week now at this point. But going up onto the side, there's a lot of amazing stuff, absolutely incredible stuff happening over here. Now, I'm hoping to do a sunflower field right here. Well, not really a field, just kind of a growing patch, I guess. At that point, I'm growing some flowers right here. I'm growing cosmos, California poppy seeds, and golden daisies. Then we have some plants growing some beautiful, beautiful flowers. We got a yellow one right there, and we got a white flower right there. Kind of skimming through all of these plants really quickly. I'm not really seeing anything else that might bloom soon, but on the other side of the area, there's a lot of other flowers. There's basically just zinnias and marigolds, but other than that, there's not really a ton of new special stuff on that side, so I'm not really going to head over there for now. Those bushes are really starting to grow. Same with the trees. It'll be a very, very beautiful summer once everything starts to grow and thrive. But for now, yeah, today is basically April 1st, and I'm very, very excited for spring to officially roll in and go through these last 2-3 colder days, and then start rolling into those really, really, well, I was going to say really, really, really hot days, but those warmer days, because as a greenhouse lover, a farmer, someone that really loves nature and agriculture, I personally strongly hate the cold, and I'm just not that type of person that loves winter. So other than that, very, very excited for this upcoming season. I'm going bigger than I've ever gotten going for the garden. Now, if you guys have been with the channel since day one, you're probably wondering, what do you mean? Because last year was actually the first year I did a garden about this size, and I actually focused on this channel instead of doing just random, crazy, interesting stuff from Lego builds to putting the pool in the backyard. A lot of stuff has happened back here, but I ended up kind of changing the projection of this map, of this YouTube channel, and now I'm really focusing on plants, and I'm very, very excited for this upcoming next season, and I really want to teach you guys a lot more about these absolutely incredible plants nature has to offer. So let's go back indoors, and that'll be the outro of today's video. Alright, so this is going to be the end of the video. If you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss that video. Please like this video. We do post informational plant tours every single day, so please do check those videos out when they do come out, because we have something new happening every single day, which is awesome about a greenhouse like this. And yeah, thank you all so incredibly much for watching today's video and supporting the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace